Alright guys, welcome to the channel. Time and money well spent. I appreciate you guys spending your time with me, and hopefully you feel like we're connecting a little bit and you get some good information from this video. Today we're going to learn about the World of Hyatt card. I know a lot of people that absolutely love this card. Hyatt is not one of the top 2 biggest hotel chains, but they are a very big hotel chain and have some really nice hotels. So if you see value in that, this card might be for you, but watch this video and you're about to find out. Alright guys, let's get into it. Hyatt Hotel brand. So the Hyatt Hotel brand, for those of you that haven't stayed there, is actually fairly decent. Here's a list of some of their hotels. So their timeless collection is kind of some of their decent higher end stuff. So you have like your Park Hyatt, your Grand Hyatts, the Regencies. I really like Hyatt. I find that their hotels are above average when it comes to customer service. I really like them. Yes, they're not as big as Hilton and Marriott, but they are pretty big. And one place I really love is their resorts. So if you ever get an opportunity, I highly recommend it. You also have their Boundless collection, which is kind of like their tier 2. This is the Thompson hotels and some of the other Hyatts. Alila, Andaz. They're decent. I really like them. They're definitely above average. You have the Independent was Destination by Hyatt. These are kind of your outside the box kind of hotels that are fairly decent hotels that are a little bit more modern. And then you have down here the Inclusive. So these are these tend to be more resorts. I highly recommend checking these out. Me personally, I find the most value from the just Hyatt branded version of their hotels. But hopefully you guys, if you like Hyatts, then you'll love this card. So now, if you've never stayed in a Hyatt before, one thing that I see the most value in there is actually their loyalty program. Okay, so I really like their loyalty program. The reason I love their loyalty program so much is because their loyalty program has a defined chart for how much the hotels cost. Now, I will get to that a little bit later, but you basically have 3 levels: Discoverist, Explorist, and Globalist. Okay, so once you get beyond just member, the Discoverist, which is a great one, is you get separate internet from the rest of the hotel. You get a different level of check-in. And the other thing is late checkout. I love late checkout. It is by far one of my favorite perks. Because when you're tired, you're on vacation, you don't want to get up early to leave. You want to be able to sleep in, slowly get your stuff ready, and then leave. And that's pretty fantastic. So to check out at 2 is amazing. Also, if you fly American Airlines, you might see value in this because you actually get a bonus towards their rewards program as well. Then when you move up to Explorist, you get all of that stuff. But when you get a free upgrade in rooms, you can actually get suites, which is pretty fantastic. Get those 2-bedroom suites. Those are usually only the junior suites, so the ones that have a living room and a separate bedroom. But I really like it. The other thing is once you get up to Explorist, you get guaranteed availability. So even if they're booked out, if you try to book a room 72 hours or further out, you are going to be guaranteed a room. They will find a way to find you a place to sleep. Then you move up to Globalist. That turns into 2 days or more out, 48 hours, you're guaranteed a room. But you get a late checkout at 4 instead of 2. And when you get a free upgrade, now you get to upgrade to their standard suites. These are like your king suites, these 2-bedroom suites, these bigger, nicer suites. That's a free upgrade if it's available. It's honestly fantastic. The other thing is you earn stuff a little bit quicker. And then Typically, if you stay at a resort, you get your fees waived at that resort. But really, the advantage of Globalist comes down below. Free parking on every time you get a free night, and you get a lot more free nights a lot quicker, and you get priority access to rooms, and you're considered what's called a guest of honor. So you can bring somebody, you can have a guest of honor that also gets these perks. I like I said, I really like their loyalty program. It's simple and it's much easier to reach, in my personal opinion. So, but that's kind of their loyalty program. So let's get into the card. So I actually really like this card. I personally don't use it as an everyday spender because I don't stay at Hyatt's very often. But man, if you do, this card is fantastic. So you get 9x back for any money spent at a Hyatt. You're getting 2x back for restaurants. You're getting 2x back from flights. You're getting 2x back for gym memberships even. 2x back for getting around. So the getting around thing is interesting because this is one of the few cards that has a really loose definition. It's not just one thing, right? This is rideshare. This is toll roads. If you're paying for like a MBTA pass in Boston for mass transit, if you're paying for a taxi, like all of those things count. And then you get 2% back on literally everything else. I think these are great categories. Essentially, you're getting 2% or better back on almost everything you would spend. And you'll see why that matters here in a minute. But the biggest thing, you guys, is that you get a ton of stuff. So, and that's just scratches the surface. So, you can unlock an additional free night at Hyatt when you spend $15,000 on this card. That's fantastic. Plus, you also already automatically get one free night at any category 1 through 4 Hyatt hotel or resort every year. So, if you do the math, you spend $15,000 on this card, you're automatically getting 2 free nights every single year. That's fantastic. The other thing, you get a faster way to globalist status. So, you get 5 qualifying night credits without even staying at a Hyatt every single year. And it's every $5,000 you spend, you get 2 additional nights. So essentially, you spend $5,000, it's like you got 7 nights without ever having to stay. That essentially means, you guys, you can get to the top status really quickly. That's amazing. And remember, you start at Discoverist because you have this card. So, you're getting 10% bonus points. You're getting premium internet. You're getting late checkout. You're getting all of those things just for having this card in your wallet. And just to remind you, if we go back to these loyalty levels, you're starting over here in Discoverist. If you look at how it is to get up here, it's not that hard. If you stay maybe 2-3 times a year at a Hyatt and you have this card, you will probably get globalist status, which is fantastic. And in fact, let me show you something. So when we talk about how to do this, this is what's awesome. It doesn't matter if it's a weekend and there's a high school wrestling tournament in town, or there's some kind of school dance, or there's a conference for some business thing. These points don't change. Based on the category of the hotel, this is what it costs. So you could stay at their high-end resorts, and the standard points you're going to pay is 40,000, period. So it doesn't matter if it's peak, off-peak. This is the most undervalued thing about Hyatt. I like staying kind of mid-tier, hotel category 4. And even a premium suite, I know I'm only paying 30,000 points. Okay? That's fantastic, you guys. Most hotel chains, like we'll use Marriott and Hilton. I mean, you could pay 10,000 points or you could pay 60,000 points per night, depending on if it's peak, off peak, what hotel it is, all of that. There is none of that variable thing at Hyatt. The point chart is the point chart. Period. End of story. That is phenomenal, you guys. This is something that should matter if you... Now, like I said, if you have the ability to stay at a Hyatt, I highly recommend it. And I highly recommend you taking advantage of that. If you would be staying at a Hyatt, I think this card is a no-brainer. I think it's a keeper card if you stay at Hyatt's, if you travel enough to make that worth it. But last but not least, I don't want to end this without going over the bonus. So your bonus is you can get up to 60,000 bonus points. So basically the way that breaks down is you get 30,000 after you spend 3,000 in the first 3 months. That's not a bad spend for this. Plus you can get 30,000 more by earning 2 points per dollar spent in the first 6 months on purchases that normally would only earn 1 bonus point, up to 15,000 spent. So you can get up to 60,000, but if you spend at least 3,000 the first 3 months, you're guaranteed to get the 30. And if you remember that chart, that means you can stay at one of their high-end hotels in a suite. So this gives the example. It's enough for 2 free nights in Maui at the Hyatt Regency. So not bad. And it does have a $95 annual fee. It's, you know, if you would get, to me, the bonus points you get outweigh this, and if you stay at Hyatt's, I think it outweighs the downside. So just to kind of wrap up kind of the information about this card, I really like this card. I think that it has a lot of value for most people that would stay at Hyatt's. If you're staying in places that don't have a Hyatt, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you are staying in a place that has a Hyatt, I think this card is a no-brainer. So take that for what you will. Hopefully you see value in it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you learned a little bit here. And like always, down below in the description is some of the links to the other videos. There's also some links to like my Amazon channel where there's actually some travel products that I can't live without when I travel. The link for that is down below. Also the link for Rakuten. I love Rakuten. I use it to get cash back for some pretty normal things. So that's down there. Also the link for some of the Amex cards that I personally use. And there's also a link down below for the link to the World of Hyatt card. I don't get anything from that. I just find that the card that we talk about, if the link is down below to help you guys out, get to it a little easier, there you go. I find when you're looking at bonus offers that if you use incognito mode, it tends to work a little better. But if you got value out of this video, if you feel like you learned some information, please share this. Please like, please follow, please subscribe. We try to come out with a few videos every week, giving some different information on different cards, different travel tips, travel rewards, finance tips. And I really hope you guys as a community are getting value out of this. I know I learn a ton every time I research this stuff for you guys. And like I said, and some of you that have been on this channel a while know that for me, I wish I would have known this information 10 years ago. So hopefully I'm reaching you guys well before then, so you guys are able to have information that I didn't have. So, and hopefully at the end of the day, it gives you better quality of life for you and yours. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the sun and enjoy wherever you're at. And as always, if you have any info or any content you'd like to see, please put in the comments below. But until next time, I'm glad you spent the time with me, and have a great day.